Hello YouTube, and welcome to my full day of eating video. This will consist of two parts. The first one will be today, so a rest day, and the second part will be a training day, so tomorrow. My nutrition differs just a little bit between rest days and training days, so I kind of have to feature both in one video. So right now it's before breakfast, it's morning, and I'm doing my little walk in the park before I eat anything to get myself going and to feel better. So right now I'll be arriving home and preparing breakfast. So almost there, going up in the elevator and daily abs check. Yeah, looking pretty lean today. Alright, so this is my breakfast. So it's 3 bananas, then 4 scoops of mutant mass gainer, which is this one, and 4 scoops here adds up to around 220 grams. Also 5 grams of creatine, and I mix it up with just water, and that's it. The idea here is to, first of all, not have to cook anything in the morning, because I don't like spending my time cooking in the morning, so I can just grab the planned breakfast and prepare it, have it ready in like 2 minutes without cooking anything. And the second idea here is to carb up in the morning, so I have a lot of energy, but at the same time this breakfast doesn't contain fat. So there is almost no fat, and this is done in order to feel light and not be sluggish during the morning, because when I eat something very filling like eggs, which contain a lot of fat, I then feel a little bit sluggish and too full and not really comfortable. So, and this is light, it contains a lot of carbs and some protein from the gainer, so it's a really nice breakfast. So right now I'm going to prepare it. I'll show you the final version, and then it will be lunchtime, so I'll show you my lunch. The macros here are 10 grams of fat, 254 grams of carbs, and almost 50 grams of protein. So a really high carb, moderate protein breakfast, which is nice. And so this is the final version. I forgot to mention that this is 1262 calories. So pretty calorie dense, simple, delicious, and easy to make. So a perfect breakfast. Alright, so it's already afternoon, lunchtime. So it's meal number 2 today. And here are the ingredients for my lunch. So it will be pasta with turkey breast. So we have 240 grams of pasta, 500 grams of tomatoes, 250 grams of turkey breast, raw, 100 grams of cheese, and 10 grams of butter. And time to cook it all and present you the full meal. Alright, so the lunch is ready. It's time to eat it. It's 1700 calories, 189 grams of carbs, 118 grams of protein, and 51 grams of fat. So it's got plenty of every macro. It's really filling, energy dense, and great for fueling yourself for an active day. Perfect. The next meal will be dinner, and that will be the last meal of the day. So time to enjoy. It's evening, and it's time for my third meal of the day, which is dinner. And here are the ingredients I have. So let's start with the cucumbers. 6 cucumbers, which will add up to around 500 grams when peeled. Right now it's of course a little bit more with the skin, but when peeled they will go down to around 500 grams. So 180 grams of dry rice. Now for the fats, it's 60 grams of walnuts and 10 grams of butter. And the meat part of the meal is 250 grams of chicken breast. So once again, just like the lunch, it's a complete meal with every macro. So it's time to prepare it, and I will show you the ready meal when it's done. Here we go. Alright, so the dinner is ready. Time to eat. The macros here are 86 grams of protein, 157 grams of carbs, and 48 grams of fat. This is the last meal of the day, and overall this day adds up to this. So 252 grams of protein, 597 grams of carbs, and 110 grams of fat. And the calories are 4,365, and the dinner is 1,400 calories. So that's it for the rest day. Tomorrow I'll have a training day and my nutrition will be just a little bit different. So I'll record each of the meals as I did today and showcase how my training day goes in terms of nutrition. So stay tuned for part 2. And it's coming right now. Hello again. This is part 2 of my full day of eating video. Today is a training day, so this is going to be a little bit different, and we start with the breakfast, and the breakfast here is the most different part of the day compared to my normal rest day. So I got a lot of questions about my breakfast before training in my heavy training session video, so now I'm going to describe it and tell you exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. Let's see it. Alright, so this is my default breakfast before each training session. So it's 2 bananas, 180 grams of marshmallows, 300 milliliters of salty mineral water, 5 grams of creatine, and 100 milliliters of Coca-Cola. Now, a lot of you asked, why am I eating just basically this, just carbs before training? And I'm gonna tell you why. So this is, macro-wise, this is basically just 200 grams of carbs and 5 grams of protein and no fat at all. And the reason I'm eating like that before a training session is that so I feel extremely light. The satiation is decent, but I don't feel heavy after this. And eating protein or especially fat will make me feel heavy and too full to lift, especially during pull-ups or chin-ups. And when it comes to energy production, this is probably the best option you can go with, since there is a lot of fast carbs here, and somehow this type of breakfast lasts me for a very long time, and I feel no need to add any slow carbs here, like pasta or rice or any grains or something like that. So this lasts me for a very long time and fills me with energy, and at the same time I feel super light. So that's why it's the perfect breakfast for me. First I take my creatine and drink it up with cola, then proceed with the main part, which consists of marshmallows and bananas, and finish it up with 300 milliliters of mineral water to feel hydrated and ready to go. So time to eat it and go train. So I'm back home from training. It went okay, and it's time to prepare lunch. Right now it's quite a bit later in the day than yesterday when I had lunch, so my training session took quite a long time, and that's why it's a pretty common occurrence in my routine that my post-training lunch is pretty late. It's okay. So here are the ingredients. It's basically the same as I had yesterday, but the portion is a little bit different. So I have same 240 grams of pasta, 100 grams of cheese, 10 grams of butter. The difference is 400 grams of turkey breast instead of 250. That is because on a rest day I have protein in my breakfast, and on my training day I do not. So I have to eat more protein in my lunch to make up for it. And also tomatoes here are 600 grams instead of 500, so a little bit more. And after a training session, I have a chocolate bar to enjoy myself, and this basically keeps me free from cheat meals. So like back in the day, when I was just starting tracking my nutrition, I had to cheat meal weekly because I just need to eat some chocolate once in a while. But now when I added chocolate to my training days, I don't really have a need or a desire to cheat meal weekly because I just have it covered. Chocolate is the only bad food I crave, and basically adding it to my normal regimen was a good thing. Alright, time to prepare it and eat it. I'll show you the ready meal. So the meal is ready. It's time to enjoy and fuel myself after a good workout. The next meal will be dinner, and it will be basically the same as I had on a rest day. Nothing special. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention, here are the macros and calories for my breakfast. So 214 grams of carbs, almost 5 grams of protein, and 0.9 grams of fat, so basically no fat here, and 852 calories. And for my lunch, it's pretty huge today, so it's 83 grams of fat, 240 grams of carbs, and 158 grams of protein, so almost 160 grams of protein in one meal. And the calories here are 2,377, and that is with chocolate bar. But here I have a different chocolate bar, so it actually is going to be even a little bit more than that. So yeah, it's a big meal. Alright, so here is the final meal of the training day, which is dinner. And it's absolutely exactly the same as the dinner on a rest day. So my dinners are the same every day. It's the same 6 cucumbers, the same 180 grams of rice, the same 60 grams of walnuts and 10 grams of butter, and the same 250 grams of chicken breast. So yeah, nothing new. Time to cook it all and enjoy the final meal of this video. So the dinner is ready, time to eat it, and time to sum up this video with my nutrition. So here's the summary of my training day. So 4,631 calories, 248 grams of protein, 612 grams of carbs, and 132 grams of fat. So pretty impressive day. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be another training day. I'm going to do post reps. And so this is basically how I eat. So it's nothing complicated, nothing sophisticated, extremely repetitive. And I like this aspect of my nutrition, that it's extremely repetitive, because it's easy to systematize it this way. It's easy to repeat from day after day after day after day without thinking about it too much. I'm not telling that everyone should eat like me. I'm not telling that I'm doing everything right. This is just how I do things, and this is what has been working for me for the last year or so. If you have anything to say about my nutrition, maybe questions or even advice, list it in the comment section of this, under this video, and I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more. I'm going to post more training, maybe an equipment showcase or something like that, so stay tuned for more videos.